Hello viewers, it's Ultimate553 here, and welcome to Reviewed number 34. And today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who Series 2.
So, Doctor Who Series 2, what did I think of it? Well, I thought it was brilliant. Like I said in the previous episode, I just thought it was amazing. It was the first series of Doctor Who to feature a new Doctor. Um, Literally, the first series that I was introduced to that featured a new Doctor. Um, the first, well, it started out with a Christmas special, called the Christmas Invasion, and that was the first full episode that David Tennant was in as the Doctor, as the 10th Doctor. And that was, in the previous episode, he was regenerated from, or Christopher Eccleston regenerated into David Tennant. And that was basically the prequel to the first episode of Doctor Who Series 2 was the Christmas Invasion. It involved the Doctor battling an alien invasion, the Sycorax, while he's still like regenerating from his recent regeneration. So that was about how it worked like that. And so yeah, and also it introduced a little more about Torchwood, about how evil Torchwood actually was. And then the next episode was New Earth, and this involved a new version, a new Earth, as the Doctor would like to call it, new Earth. Um, and it also added a villain that came back, um, and that was Cassandra. Um, and she was actually in the second episode of the first series of Doctor Who. Um, and it also had the face of Bowen, which is really a vital point of series 3. And I know all these episodes because I'm one of those Whovians that just knows every single episode of Doctor Who, at least for a few seasons of Doctor Who. And then this following episode was Tooth and Claw, and this involved a werewolf. And actually, David Tennant got to use his Scottish accent for that one. At least a little bit of it. Pretty cool actually. So yeah, and actually involved Queen Victoria, and that was a really interesting thing because that was the end of the episode. It was basically the formation of Torchwood. Um, and then of course the following episode of that was School Reunion, and that was a really amazing episode. It actually had it was at a school, and it had Anthony Head as the villain, and Mickey Smith as, I guess, well, not a companion, but like just like hanging out with the Doctor. But more importantly, it had the return of a major companion in the classic series, Sarah Jane Smith. Of course, she's played by an older, the actress is older, but which means the character is older, not just the actress, but the character is older now. But she comes back and she has a little adventure with the Doctor after forever. And it basically involved these vampire like bat thingies, I guess. Um, so it was basically about that. And yeah, it was a pretty interesting episode. And K9 actually came back for that one. That was a special thing. And then the following episode, the girl in the fireplace. And like I said before, I'm really good with these episodes. I literally know them from my head. I'm not actually looking at a source. I know from my head because I'm pretty good at that kind of thing. Um, but that involved a sort of 1800s type thing, or 19th century Victorian era mixed with the futuristic uh, you know, things. Uh, oh wait, no, it was 18th century, not 19th century. I'm remembering it. Um, so it's like 18th century. It was one of the centuries. It's like one of the fashion era. I don't really know. But it was basically about the 18th century. I know I said 19th century, but I just remembered it was actually 18th century um period with Madame de Pompadour. which is a French person of history, and then there was also this like spaceship um, from the future or something like that, and it involved that it involved these clockwork dummies, so these robotic dummies, the robotic clockwork thingies, um, and they basically were trying to come to invade that period in time, from a spaceship in the future to 18th century France. And yeah, so that was basically about that. It was basically the Doctor helping out and then like getting seduced by Madame de Pompadour, and she actually gets a ship named after her actually. And this is the first time we actually see a clockwork sort of enemy. She's not really an enemy. Actually, there's a really great part of that episode where the Doctor goes crazy and he's just going insane and just mad, and he starts acting weird, and he has his tie on his head, and drinking wine, and just really crazy. He actually carries a little bit of nine in him in that episode. So yeah, and then actually that was the first episode that Mickey was on board the TARDIS, which was pretty cool. So I got my spaceship on my first go. That was awesome. And then the following two-parter is Rise of the Cybermen and the Age of Steel. Now, this is actually a really amazing episode because it's brought back the Cybermen from the classic era. This is a enemy that the Doctor faced for a lot in the classic era, and that they brought it back, and they actually, well, not only did they brought it back, they also gave it a really, really nice redesign, and actually, in my opinion, the Cybermen from this era are my favorite redesign of all of them because it's just so amazing. And it had it's basically that it has a lot of different things. It's parallel. It's Hades goes into a parallel universe, and Rose meets a parallel universe version of her dad, who died when she was not even born yet, or no, she was born, but like he died on the wedding day of someone, of their friend or something. I can't remember. It was Father's Day that it happened. Um, so they're basically fighting against the new Cybermen, made by John Lubick, who actually, if you don't know about the character he is played by the same actor who plays Barty Crouch Jr., Barty Crouch Sr. in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now that is actually really cool because he's like another one of those Harry Potter actors who is in Doctor Who. Actually, it's the same exact. No, no. It's about a year after that movie came to theaters. Um, so yeah. And that was a really great two-parter. Just like bringing back the Cybermen after a long time, and it's just amazing. You could Seb later all these cyber things about the enemy of that thing, and then you get to meet alternate version of Rose's family. Rose is the dog, and Jackie is married to still married to Pete, who's an alternate version. And that's actually really, really interesting. And then Mickey meets Ricky, who's basically another version, not a parallel universe version of Mickey. Um, and apparently on this earth, his grandmother is still alive. So that's just amazing. It was actually a really, really interesting thing. Um, I loved the episode, and both of them were really amazing. Just having both of them in two at the time, and then having like John Lubick get converted. It's amazing. And then of course at the end of that episode, Mickey actually gets left behind because he has life on Parallel Universe wants to fight Seven. So and then the Lydia's London is actually a really, really interesting episode. And that's where it's set in 1950s, and London, and it's basically about this villain called the Wire, who is this I guess TV virus. He goes into TVs and basically sucks the faces out of people, including Rose. And actually, so this episode is actually really weird because it has the Doctor with a really weird like 50s hairstyle, which is really strange for him. And actually, Rose gets her face taken out, um, and it's just that in my opinion, it's actually not my favorite. It's actually really creepy and dark. I didn't like it as much. But it's not a bad episode, but it's just creepy. And then so there's only there's only three two-parters in this series. There's the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. The Impossible Planet actually introduces a new enemy. Not really, not really an enemy. They're really not the enemy of Doctor. They call them a monster, but usually when they refer to a monster, they call it an enemy of the Doctor. But it's not. It's not that. It's simply just a being, I'd say, a being who has a crazy mind. They're called the Ood, and they're actually my favorite new non Doctor enemy. And they're just amazing. It's set on this place, this asteroid, I want to say, and it's a spaceship, and it's a really interesting spaceship. And that actually I noticed in this episode, Rose, this is unnecessary. She wears a lot of eyeliner. I don't know why, but she does. It's just kind of unnecessary. She wears an unnecessary amount of eyeliner. Um, so yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. Um, but overall, it was a great episode, a great two-parter. I don't want to say it's my favorite two-parter, but I definitely liked it more than any of the other two-parters that I've seen. It was really good. Lot of really interesting storylines in that two-parter. Now, next episode was Love and Monsters. Now, this episode was one of my least favorite episodes, and probably a lot of people hated too, because it didn't have the Doctor in it. But it did have the actor Mark Warren, who was in the movie Hogfather as this creepy ass serial killer guy, whatever his name was, Ted Tommy. Yeah, he's just creepy. But in this episode, it was really weird because it had Mark Warren and the actress who plays Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter movies, two and I think four. Yeah, two and four. And that's Shirley Henderson. And they're they're basically investigating out who the Doctor is, finding out why is he so interesting. They basically they get all these people together. They form this group called Linda, London Investigation and Detective Agency. And it's a really interesting thing because they get all these people together and under one guy called Victor Kennedy, um, who is really strange because he's actually a monster in mysterious in disguise. He's a mysterious monster called the Absorlo. Because every time that he holds a meeting, he asks someone to come up to come over and have a word with him, which leads to the untimely demise in him. And it sucks. I mean, it's really interesting. The only Doctor Who thing about it was that Elton actually got to sort of fall in love with Jackie in a way. And there was lots of amount of that, and then we only had the Doctor encounter once, and that was the end of the episode. It was by far my least favorite episode of the entire series too. Um, and then there's Dear Her, and that was a really interesting episode. It takes place in 2012. It's basically about the Doctor and Rose arrive in London 2012 at the dawn of the Olympics, and they find out this African American 12-year-old girl named Chloe Weather can actually draw people, and whatever happens to them, well, when she draws them, they disappear. And that's kind of creepy actually. Um, and it's basically about helping her, battle her fears or whatever like that. It's really creepy actually. And eventually the Doctor disappears because the girl basically draws the TARDIS and the Doctor, and the Doctor disappears, and she also draws the world. So basically first she draws the Obsidian, the Olympics Obsidian held, and then she draws the entire world.
it up to Rose to save the day. And then there's the final two-parter of series 2, and that's Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. So actually, this is a really, really, really good episode. It had actually, I think that's my favorite episode of the entirety of series 2. And that was because it had first of all, it had the Daleks versus the Cybermen, and it had the last appearance of Rose, at least for a while. She did come back in the later series, but this is the last like actual traveling of Rose with the Doctor. It was really sad. Of course, it was really epic because we get to know about Torchwood and more about Torchwood, what they do. We get to get the Doctor's own geekiness. He goes on Maddie, who gets all scientific everything and all that stuff, and we get to have Rose reunited with the family and Jackie reunited with a version of Pete from the alternate universe. But ultimately, the best part about the episode was the two-parter was Daleks meeting the Sandman, and also Mickey comes back. Everyone from the parallel universe comes back. But it's really awesome because you have Daleks versus Sandman. That was a really amazing part of the episode because that's just never happened before. But also, it's just it's it's a very sad episode because in the two part. Well, first of all, in the first part, you have these ghosts who appear and then turn out to be Sandmen, and then in the second part, there's this huge battle between Daleks and Sandmen, which is actually really really awesome. And there's actually a sweet little part in the episode where Jackie, of course, as I said before, Jackie reunites with Pete, but it's really actually sweet because she almost like rejects him, and she just actually he rejects her, and then yeah, eventually they find a way to get back together, and then the big part is that when Rose dies, but by that she just gets trapped in the parallel universe forever. And there's one last chance to see this big, really sad scene between the Doctor and Rose, and he's saying goodbye, and it's just sad. And then to follow that up, you have the encounter with Donna Noble, who's this gets you bitch the next episode is special. So overall, and that's just a brief review of the entirety of series 2. Um, Amazing series by far, just amazing. You get all these characters. You get the Cybermen, you get the Daleks again, you get the Ood, you get Cassandra, you get all these monsters. It's just amazing. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. It was an amazing series. I just thought it was just brilliant. So yeah, I think it's a really really amazing series. One thing I thought was a little weird. One thing I didn't really understand was why Rose has shorter hair. Now, from what I've looked up, it says that she just wears her hair shorter. I don't know how you could wear her hair shorter. I just don't understand that. But unfortunately, that's what it said. I'm guessing she just cut her hair because in the first series she has longer hair, and in this series she has shorter hair. So I don't really understand that. Um, so yeah, I think it was a really really great series of episodes, and I just thought it was brilliant. Nothing I didn't like about it. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode of Reviewed. Um, Thank you for watching. And oh right, rating system. I didn't do a laugh for that. I don't remember how to do it wrong. Probably didn't. I rated a 9 out of 10. Why? Well, like I said before, the cons of it was the weird big part about Rose having shorter hair without really explaining at all. Um, so yeah, I didn't. That was the only thing I have. Also, one thing about this series that I thought was a little interesting was that David Tennant, who plays the Doctor in this in this series, he kind of has similarity is that he basically when he goes to the past he wears a brown suit and then when he goes to the future he wears a blue suit, which I found really interesting. So that's a really really cool thing about the series. Tyler is saying that trilogy and the slow road to the next series. So yeah. Anyway, again, that's all I have for this episode review. Again, thank you for watching. Um, if you did like it, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I will definitely be doing the rest of Doctor Who in the weeks to come. So yeah. Anyway, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for the next episode.